Okay, guys, looks like we're recording. All right, guys, so it's Monday. Welcome to Make It to Manager Bootcamp. So before we really dive in and get started, I just want to give you guys kind of a clear picture about what this is about. So manager means that you are somebody building with Isogenics who has two consultants, right? So there's a couple variants here. One, this is for somebody who might have never ranked to manager yet. So maybe you're brand new, maybe you're a customer that didn't even convert to an associate yet, or maybe you're a new associate, or maybe you are a consultant who has been sharing with customers, but you have not hit manager yet. If that is you, if that describes you, you've never hit manager with Isogenics before, can you please throw a 1 in the chat box? We just want to see kind of everybody's where everybody's at. If you've never hit manager before, okay, that's a 1 in the chat. Awesome. Yes, if you've never hit manager before, you've maybe enrolled customers, maybe you haven't enrolled anybody, but your first rank is manager. That's great. Okay, that is awesome. Now the second category would be maybe you've hit manager, but you're not staying paid as manager. And you've hit manager before, but you've fallen off, and you really want to get create 2 new consultants within the next 30 days. If that's you, put a 2 in the chat box. That you've hit manager, not above that, but just you've hit manager, but you want to get back to paid as manager. Okay, then put a 2. Okay, great, awesome. Now the third category here that this would be for you is if maybe you've hit director, maybe you've even been an executive before, and you're in a season right now where you need some new blood. You want some new consultants. You want to create some good energy. You want to be with some high vibing leaders, some people who are in action, and you're ready to create 2 or more new consultants because maybe you had some consultants and they've all dropped and you're kind of feeling like you're starting from scratch. Now, if that's you, I would love you guys to put a 3 in the chat. Great. Now you guys look at the chat and see who might be kind of in your position. All right. We wanted to open this up really for rank to manager because I'll tell you why. I want to tell you guys why manager is so crucial. If you are a consultant who shares with customers, you're basically earning referral money for sharing a product you love. And that's great. That's great. I don't really call that a business. Would you guys agree? Because there's so many things that we could do and we get kickback for. If you just like, hey, this is what I use, here's the link to buy it, right? We do that for a lot of things. And that's great. And it's a great way if you can earn some extra money, you can earn from some free products. Maybe some people can even earn their monthly cost of their products by sharing. I call that more of a casual sharer, a consultant who shares with customers. But when you can become a manager, you guys, and you can stay paid as manager and stay at paid as manager or above, that's truly creating a business for yourself. Okay, that's an online business. That's serious. So I find, and I'm sure the leaders here agree, that managers like that platform to really growing your business. And that's why we wanted to do this boot camp. Also, guys, guess what? It's summertime. Guess what a lot of people do in the summertime? They unplug, they get distracted. So I am so grateful to the other ladies and the other leaders that have collaborated with me on this, because I said, man, I want to do something. I want to really like help people build. And I think that people feel a little bit alone right now because there's so much distraction and it's hard to get your vibes going and feel positive. So I reached out and said, who would want to do this with me? So you guys are going to be learning from leaders from different teams. So while I'm going to be diving in, and tonight's going to be all about what to expect and get you guys so set up and ready for success, I know a lot of you don't know me. So I want to just take a couple minutes. I'm not going to take too long, but just to introduce myself. My name's Gina Radzanek, and I joined Isogenics back in 2013. I want to tell you guys, my husband and I didn't know the lady that enrolled us. We owned a boot camp. We started our own boot camp business because we both lost our jobs. We both got laid off in the same time frame after having our first daughter. So like newly married, I'm pregnant, I get laid off. Then my daughter's 4 months old, my husband gets laid off, and we decide to start our own fitness business. Okay. And so we're like into entrepreneurship for a few years. We go to buy gym equipment. We talk to this woman for 10 minutes. She's really passionate about this isogenic. She's talking about it, We both enrolled. Now, I became a consultant the same day because I enrolled my husband and our other trainer. I became a manager like within a couple of weeks because I was just putting our clients under me, my husband, and our other trainer. I didn't even know what the compensation plan was. But I want to share that with you because what if that lady didn't open her mouth to us about isogenics? She would actually hurt us more than she would have hurt herself because it's changed our lives. So I want to share that. I was somebody that was just like a cold prospect, and I said yes right away, and I had 2 people right away. And the reason, even though I didn't think of myself doing a business, I didn't see the full picture, I was very happy to get some kickback of our product. So don't be afraid to open your mouth. This lady just shared, and I said, well, do you earn anything if I have other people? She said, well, do you have another second person? And I did. So it was just, she didn't make it weird. Okay. And so because she didn't make it weird, I just was like, yeah, that sounds good to me. Now we were casual sharers for 2.5 years. I didn't want anything to do with network marketing. I had a big block about it, and I had to build upon that. But for 2.5 years, I was making money. I didn't even understand it. I didn't understand how, but I was casually sharing. I started to share more and more, but I really wasn't plugged into the business until my first event in 2015, August 2015 celebration. If you guys can get to Orlando, I promise you it would be well worth it for you. So that's when I really caught the vision in 2015 at this event. And I think the thing I saw was all these 6-figure income earners. And I knew that we were loving owning our own business, but financially didn't look too good. We were living off savings. We needed another stream of income. I didn't want to go back to teaching. I was a former teacher, by the way. And then I went into another job for a little bit before I got laid off from that. It was a sit in a cubicle recruiting travel nurses. But I saw that this could be what would help us. Okay, so I want to share that with you guys so you know kind of my backstory. I had to build myself. I had to build my belief in myself and in this industry. I believed in the products because they worked. So that was an easy one. But I really had to build the belief in myself. And what I had to build the belief in, you guys, was that I could do this business. So put a 1 in the chat if you have belief in the products, but maybe you don't have belief that you can actually create a business out of this. And maybe you have some blocks about sharing the opportunity. Is that anybody in here? Okay, that is crucial. We really need you guys to be open to what we're going to pour into you about building your confidence in this opportunity, because it's so important to share that. All right, so I just want to share a little bit about my story. I then went on to get to executive, which I'm going to talk about with you guys. Executive, you have to have that crystal executive map. If you have that printed out, you guys, give me another 1 in the chat box. You have your crystal map somewhere. This is super important. I wanted to get to executive because somebody told me there's more money when you're an executive. And there is more money when you're an executive, guys. If you did not watch the compensation plan training I did last night, I posted that, guys. Watch that, get familiar with it. There's a lot more money with that. So yes, this is make it to manager within 30 days. But the big picture, if you guys are serious about creating an income, a stream of income, whether it's to support your family, whether it's going to be full-time, whatever it is, the executive's where it's at. So I got to executive. And that's when I really started to see the income grow. That's when I started to see, that's when we got to 6-figure earners. That's when we were able to sell our fitness business, started paying down our debts, started putting money in savings, moved to North Carolina, bought our house, our first home. We weren't able to buy a home before this because of our financial situation. Okay, so things started to grow. It's the only industry I know that I can like double and triple my income over year, just like that. I started to see the bigger picture. I always had that vision of what I wanted. Last year in April, we became Legacy, part of the Legacy Club. That's earning $1 million. I think we're about 1.23 million right now. I always track my numbers. That's another thing. You want to treat it like a business, track your numbers. I was tracking my numbers when I was earning $100 a week. Okay, you guys got to track your numbers. So for tonight, Crystal Executive Map, you guys are now going to be CEOs of your business. Let's step into it. Let's step into this. whatever weirdness you guys think that there is about this, that's what you're projecting, by the way. You're projecting whatever you truly feel this business is to you. I did not start to attract serious people until I took myself serious and I took this business serious. And then guess what? People took me serious and people want to join serious people. They don't want to really partner with somebody that's willy-nilly or half in, half out or wishy-washy. Would you want to say, hey, I'm going to link arms with that person that's kind of like 50-50 into this? No. So I want you to make a decision tonight. I want you to make a decision about this business opportunity. And if you're hesitant, I want you to really think about this. Why are you hesitant? Because there's a couple reasons you could be hesitant. One is that you just don't want to work that hard. And I've had people tell me that. I just don't want to work that hard. And that's going to probably be a problem for you. I'm not going to lie, because it does take some work and effort. You know, you don't have to work 24/7, but you have to some intentional, framework around your time, maybe an hour a day that you really are focused, right? The second reason you might not see it is because you care about what other people think. Maybe you're caring about other people's opinions. You can get over that. I got over that one. And then the third reason is just maybe you don't have the belief at all. Maybe the belief's shaky, and you can build that as well. But tonight, I really want you to figure out what you need to do to really see yourself there. Whether this is something part-time, maybe you're just a really smart business savvy person and you know that eating your overhead and being able to create income is smart. And maybe that's to you like, this is smart. I saw the comp plan, it's smart. Maybe you have big dreams. Maybe you want more freedom in your day, right? What is it for you? And then make that decision tonight. So Crystal Executive, guys, you've got to have that in front of you. You've got to start filling that out. At the end of this 30 days, claim it. You will have 2 new consultants. Some of you are going to have a new consultant by the end of this week. If you know how to use this promo to your advantage, if you know how to talk to your customers about the promo, if you know how to talk to a couple, like how my husband and I were, you have 2 of you, do you have 1 more? It has to be so certain and positive. And if you don't have that posture, what do you think you should do? Write it in the chat. If you don't have the posture to talk to your customers and your friends that way, what do you think you're going to do? I can't open the chat, but did anybody say use your sponsor, use your upline, connect with the leader? That's what you want to borrow, that posture. So let me just go over before I turn this over to Darcy, because she has some great stuff in store for you guys. But what is this Make It to Manager, you guys? What is this about? What are you guys what to expect out of it? That's what I want to share with you guys. So we're going to talk about what to expect. Okay. First of all, this is 4 weeks. We're going to end, I believe it's July 11th. We will have a final call on July 11th. 4 weeks. We will pour into you. The leaders are going to, 1 leader every day during the weekdays, Monday through Friday, will go live. It'll be short lives. It's not going to take up much of your time. But whatever's on our heart or our mind that day, or that we're working on, or that we know we want to pour into you, or we want to give you an idea or a task or inspiration, we're going to go live. Okay, we're going to have 4 Zoom meetings like this. We're going to give you guys some things to do so that you can show up and be accountable. Now, if there's somebody on here and you're kind of feeling their vibe, maybe get an accountability partner. Okay, you are going to also directly report to your sponsor, or your upline leader who invited you into the group. Now, all of us want to help. All of us will pour. If you have a question, we'll answer. We're going to all do that. But you are going to be responsible to go to the upline leader who put you in this group and tell them what you're doing, what you're working on, because we want to show you what it takes. Okay. Now, the next thing is you're going to hear some tips about what you guys can be doing throughout this 30 days to really make this spectacular for you, to make sure that you will create 2 consultants minimum. The next thing is you're going to learn about leader in action. Darcy's going to go over leader in action and why that's so important and how to track that. And she's also going to do a really awesome goal setting activity with you. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I want you guys, though, before we even move on to the point system and going over what to be expected, I want you guys to hear this really, really carefully. When I have a goal, if I say, I'm going to try I'm going to try to win that trip or earn that trip. I hate win. I'm going to earn that trip. I'm going to try to earn that trip. I'm going to try to create a consultant. I'm about 50-50. In all honesty, you guys. When I say I'm going to do it, and my team knows this about me, I do it. I do it. I mean, it could be like I am like an underdog in every possible situation. If I say in my mind that I'm going to do it and I believe it, I see it already. I see it before it happens. I do it. So I want to ask you guys, do you believe, like, are you like, I am going to create 2 new consultants? Like, I'm doing it. Like, I want you to feel it. I want you to feel this fire in you like visualize these 2 new consultants coming in. They might even not be the 2 that people you might think, but you know that without a doubt, you will have 2 new consultants by the end of this training. You're going to do it. Feel that. I want you guys to like work on that every day, work on your belief in it. Because if you're not believing that you could create a consultant, it's going to be tough to create a consultant. You are projecting your own beliefs, you guys, every day. Whether you believe that or not, I'm telling you that's true. You're projecting that. So if you're like, I'm not sure I can do it, guess what? That's what you're projecting. So your chances are going to go down. Now, if you have a posture like I'm doing it, and you start to reach out to people, the universe will show up, you guys. I've done it so many times, I can't even tell you. I've not enough time on this call to share all of it, but trust me, okay? So let's go through some fun things we're going to do. Now, as a group, we are going to put our own money into creating some fun bonus opportunities for you guys. And I have to say, like, that's awesome of us, right? I mean, that was Darcy's idea, and she asked all the leaders, we were all like, yes, we want to do that. We want to incentivize the participants for showing up. So we're going to do 2 different things. One is leader and action points, which Darcy's going to cover, and she'll tell you guys what's expected of that. At the end of the 4 weeks, now we're not going to be an exactly 4-week leader in action calendar, but 4 weeks of this boot camp, those 4 weeks, we're going to see who has the highest leader in action points and no zeros for 4 weeks. And Darcy will cover that more, but that's one way we're going to offer a prize. Okay. The second is we're going to do a point system, and we're kind of playing around with this, but you are going to report this to your upline leader, but I just want to briefly go through it. First one is to watch the comp plan. I posted it today. If you watch the entire comp plan, or you were on live last night and you watched it, post a comment, but I want you to you can do it at the end of the week or whenever you want, but to your leader, I watched the comp plan. My biggest takeaway, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be 1 point. Okay. Scheduling a 3-way Zoom or call with an upline leader or sponsor. Every time you do that, that's a point. You're going to be responsible. So guys, get out a notebook. I have a notebook with everybody I'm working with. I'm organized with that. You got to be organized with yourself. So Natalie, if you have a 3-way Zoom scheduled next week, that counts as a point. You're going to tell me 3-way Zoom scheduled. This is a date. That's a point. Okay. You're responsible to track it, but you're not just going to tell your leader, hey, I got 10 points. You're going to say what you did. If every week you have at least 10 new reach outs in a week, a Monday to a Sunday night, if you reached out to 10 people or more, you're going to tell your upline. Okay. That's another point. Hosting a live or a Zoom event. So if you have a little sip and sample that's at a boutique, if you have a little party at your house, if you host a Zoom, that's an event, you will every time you do it, it's another point, a point for that. Okay. Again, you guys, I'm telling you, you have to be responsible to track this. This isn't for us to, run after you and ask. If you do it, you got to come to us and tell us. And then the leaders, when we direct, we give you a task. Hey guys, this is what I'm going to challenge you to do. If you do it, you get a point. You guys, you do it, go to your leader, done. This is going to teach you income producing activities and staying accountable. Okay. Now, every week that you turn in your leader in action sheet on the Monday morning, you text it or message it, whatever, to your leader. That is part of being responsible. We're not going to text, hey, where's your sheet? We're not doing that, you guys, because you guys are future leaders. You guys are future top earners in this company. So we don't need to do that to you. We don't need to drag you. You guys are going to do that yourself. Okay. And if you don't, you don't, but the ones that do that, you get that point. And then we have in June, we have a special training for PVC. It was amazing last week. They record them. If you can't watch it live, you watch the recording, the whole thing. You do that, you send a message to your leader, watch the PVC training. This is the part I love. This is what I got out of it. I got a point. You know, you're tracking your points, okay? And then finally, attending Monday Zoom trainings is a point. So thank you guys for attending tonight. So does everybody understand that? Now, please, guys, don't overthink this. It's the honor system. It's really to have fun. We're just trying to be generous, offer something, give you guys some excitement. So we really didn't want anybody to like get too crazy and ask like, what's fair? What's it? Let's just have fun with this. We're trying to teach you guys some income producing activities and have fun with it. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to mark your calendars. Congratulations. You're already on the first call. Today's the 13th. The second one is the 20th. The third one is the 27th. We're going to take 4th of July off of a call for a call. And the last one will be July 11th. You guys mark your calendars. This is a commitment. This is a training you're committed to. Okay. Mark it in your calendars. Mark it with your time zone. Put it in your calendar. We shouldn't chase you and say, hey, don't forget your call. The call's tonight. Don't forget to be on. You guys are, like I said, your future leaders. You guys are going to be the top leaders in this company. You guys can mark your calendar. Okay. And then you guys are going to utilize the Make It to Manager Bootcamp Facebook page. Okay. I don't know about the other leaders. I'm not going to tag every single day. It's a lot. It's a lot of work to remember to tag people. I didn't have anybody tagging me when I started on stuff. I wanted it. I wanted this. I was hungry for freedom. I was hungry to pay off my debt and to create a life for my family. Okay. I wanted it so badly. Nobody had to tag me. Nobody had dragged me. I want to teach that to you guys. Make It to Manager Bootcamp. That's the group that we have a 30-day training with some top leaders. Is that going to be a priority for you to check every day? If it's going to be a priority, put a Y in the chat. Yes, it's a priority. And I am responsible and I will check this Facebook group. So you're going to look for the daily lives in there and the important information. We're going to give you some social media ideas. The lives will be in there. We will share if something's working, like, hey, try this, do this. We're all going to also do a 10-day reset launch again. We're going to start that on June 20th. So we're all on, a lot of us are on anyway. What are we on? Day 8 of this one that we've done together. And we're going to launch another one because guess what? Anybody that enrolls this week, it's 10% off. So we're going to promote that, but we're also going to promote that to upgrade too. If you want to do a 30-day basic pack or a premium pack, it's 10% off. Okay. So there's a lot of things that are going to be going on. And we're going to pour that into that Facebook group. So we make sure that you check that. I hope you guys are so excited. All right, listen, put an exclamation point in the chat because I want to feel the vibe, because I'm going to turn this over to Darcy. I'm going to look at the chat. I'm going to make sure the energy is as high as I'm feeling the energy should be, because you guys are we're all going to create, all of us are going to create 2 new consultants by the end of this 30 days. How awesome is that? Look at how many, there's 49 of us on this call. That's going to be so awesome. How many new people we're going to bless with this opportunity. That's so many people are going to help make money. You guys, that's awesome. So we think about, who are we going to bless? Who could we serve? Who could we bless? So I'm going to turn this over now to Darcy, and Darcy's going to give you a brief introduction, and we're going to get into leader in action and some goal setting.
Wow, Gina, way to kick it off, you guys. Give it up for Gina. Put an exclamation point in the chat for her, just to show her your appreciation, because you guys, this is her baby. She reached out to us and she said, I want to do something for those people that are hungry. And so I love those of you that put that you were hungry in the chat, because that's really the most important part of this. Are you hungry? Are you coachable? Are you teachable? Are you going to show up? Because you're not showing up. You're not doing us a favor by showing up, you guys. This is for you. And so what this will do to bless you, your business and your family's income for a very long time, if you will stick with this, is huge. So I'm so excited to be a part of this. I'm excited to be a part of something so big with so many amazing leaders in the company. You guys are going to be learning so much from some amazing women, and I'm excited to be a part of that. The comp plan that Gina did If you have not watched that, you guys, it truly is amazing because my background was so different than what this comp plan is. And the thing is, Isogenics is generous. Like one thing you'll learn through that is Isogenics is very generous. Don't leave money on the table. And so really dig into that compensation training, take notes, watch it again, but really learn that because there's so much to learn. But when you get it, you get it. And you know that there's not a better place to get paid any better. So just to tell you a little quick background about myself, my name is Darcy. I actually was a school teacher. I didn't know that Gina was a school teacher until I heard her say that earlier today. So we have clicked well since we met recently. And so it's no surprise that we both were school teachers. I loved it. I absolutely loved being a teacher. And then I had a baby and my whole world changed. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had a baby and your whole world changed and you suddenly didn't love showing up at your job for 40 hours a week the way that maybe you had liked it before. It changes everything. And so for me, it really did. My heart was completely changed forever. And all I knew is that I was devastated every morning that I had to walk out the door and leave him with somebody else for 8 hours a day while I went to be with other people's children. It just seemed so backwards to me. But financially, it wasn't an option to be a stay-at-home mom. And so after a couple of years of working to get finances in order and make it feasible, I was able to quit to be a stay-at-home mom, had my second baby right after quitting, and loved it. I found the job of a lifetime until about a year and a half in. And I realized that for a year and a half, I hadn't gotten paid and we were broke. So it was a wake up call and I was looking for something and I was looking for something fast because there was nowhere extra to get money unless I went back to teaching. And I just wasn't ready to do that. So someone shared with me a little bit about the business that they were in. I did look at many different things, but I ended up starting a Mary Kay business. So I was introduced to direct sales, network marketing many years ago. I absolutely was a no. I was not going to sell. And then someone made it very clear to me that pretty much I sell something every day. I sell my kids why that macaroni and cheese and that broccoli is good and they are going to eat it. You know, like I'm selling things daily. So I realized, it's pretty much what we do. We share things that we're excited about or we're passionate about. But I had no other option at that time if I was going to make this work. So I started my business and it turned into a 20-year career. I did not see that happening. I thought I would go back to teaching. But I loved sharing things that I believed in. And so that's what I did and went on to be a 20-year career. I drove 11 free cars, including that famous pink Cadillac. And I loved what I did. I was a single mom of 3 kids for 10 years, raising them on my Mary Kay income. And then about 2 years ago, I met my husband, my now husband, and so he was a part of Isogenics, had come over from Zija, for those of you that know that. And I was familiar with Zija. I had always loved it. And so started using more than just the Zija products and continue to fall in love with it more and more. Well, I'm going to tell you, when collagen launched, and being a part of the beauty industry myself for 20 years, I had never, ever seen a beauty industry disruptor like the Isogenics collagen elixir. You guys, it's a game changer. Like I had been a part of it for so long. I'd never seen anything like that happen. And so it was a very easy thing for me to share that. I know what women are looking for. And I knew that that would be just, something every woman would want in her hands. And so I had no plan at that time of leaving Mary Kay, but our business just started to double and it just continued to grow. And it only made sense, my husband and I, to be able to work this together. And then as I learned more about the compensation plan and I was able to compare, I really saw the difference. And it was just a no-brainer. It was an absolute no-brainer. This company is so generous and we have products that everyone is looking for. They're health and wellness products, and with my other business, I was able to share beauty products, but not every man is looking for that. And not every couple is looking for that, or family. Health and wellness, we're all looking for. So I am so excited to represent a company that really has their stuff together, that is committed to excellence in the products, and that pays so well when you're willing to get out there and share it. So excited to help all of you develop how many? 2 Put in there at least 2, put in the chat 2. You are all focused on 2. And like Gina said, some of you could do it this first week. Some of you will do it this first week because you're excited. And sometimes it just takes something like this to remind you it's doable. Seeing faces of other people that have done it and remembering, oh yeah, I've done this and I shared that and they bought. You guys can do this. This is so doable. So what I'm going to do, because here's the thing, you can get excited about it, but unless you know exactly how to track what you're doing and what you're looking for, you can be all over the place. So it's really important. And Gina, can I share my screen? Let me see if I can. Oh, no, you've got to enable that for me, I think.
Yes, let me do that right now.
Okay, thank you. So what I'm going to do is, I hope all of you got a chance. Hold up your LIA sheet if you printed that off. Yay, awesome, you guys. I love good students. I don't want to be a teacher ever again, but I love seeing good students with us. And so y'all got that printed off. This will be your best friend. You will want to take this everywhere. You will want to track everything you're doing because this right here tells you how much extra bonus you can get in a month when you hit manager and above. And so you guys are going to learn to track because just like Gina said, something I've always said is you're the CEO. Nobody else is here to tell you, you know, what to do and when to do it. And something else Gina said that I have to go back to is if you just commit to an hour a day. And I think it was maybe Jennifer I was talking to earlier about, you know, when you work for someone else, you're committed to showing up, you know, maybe at 8 a.m. and not leaving until 5 p.m. But when we work for ourselves, we'll show up at 11 a.m. and leave at 11:30 in the morning, right? So just what are you willing to do for you? Because the truth is nobody's going to be there. We're putting this on for you and we're going to share every Monday night on our Zoom and encourage you and coach you and push you and direct you. But it's up to you what you do with that. And so can you imagine if you gave yourself 50% of what you've given bosses in the past who have expected 40 hours a week of your time and energy away from your family, doing something you might not love, okay? So just commit this week. It is a mental game sometimes, but I want you guys to commit and trust that the end result will all be worth it if you will stay the course. Okay, so if you're committed to stay the course, to show up to all these Zooms and give it everything you've got, yes, put a 1 or put I commit. You guys, it is so important that you're committed. There's 2 things you could be right now. One of them is interested, one of them's committed. And if you're interested, we can't guarantee you're going to see results, okay? But if you're committed, you guys are going to see results, I promise. So we're going to take this sheet, and I think it should allow me to share now. Yes, thank you, Gina. All right, so let me move that out of the way. All right, so what I'm going to do is just show you, I think I had it up here earlier, maybe not. There it is, you guys. Okay, so to track your LIA points. And so what LIA points are is there is a pool of money every single month. And I'm going to show you right here, if you just go into contests and promotions in your back office, this right here is called Manager Leadership Pool. You can go to the website here. You guys know how much money the company is willing to give away, just give away to anyone who wants to be a part of that give. $75,000 in the manager pool, okay? So how it works is you get to earn points based on your activity. And so if I go back to that sheet, you will see it has everything right here for you. So you have 4 columns. Okay, there are 4 different places you can score each week. The commission calendar is usually a 4-week calendar in Isogenics. Sometimes it's 5. We are in the middle of a 5-week commission calendar. Okay, I took this sheet here and the way I filled it out, you can see I put dates. And this is just a generic, like if I was a new person and just kind of starting to earn points, I started filling that out. But I went ahead and put the dates of each week. Keep this where you can see it. Take it with you everywhere. When you do, you're able to keep that goal in front of you. And so if you can see right here, 1 PET is the very first column. What 1 PET is, is when you enroll a customer. Okay. 1 point is what you get every time you enroll a customer. Now, if you are not to manager level yet, that's okay. The whole purpose of us doing this is that when you end this boot camp, you will at least be manager or higher. And so why not learn now what it looks like to track those points? Because you guys, it is like that clean out the refrigerator feeling when you're checking off those boxes and you've got points in each one for the week. It feels so good. So when you enroll a customer, you get 1. Okay. So for example, if I enrolled 2 customers this week, I would just have a 2 there. Okay. The 2 PET is when your personally enrolled team member gets their own customer, you get 2 points for that. I love that about our company. They have a way to reward us for helping our people, right? So 2 points there for every time one of your team members or your customers enroll a new customer. Personally enrolled rank advancement points. This is when you enroll someone, they upgrade to associate, they enroll a customer, and then they enroll another customer, and they are suddenly a consultant. They've rank advanced. When that happens, look at this. Can you all see the screen here? Okay, if you see right here, when you help someone, I'll try to highlight it. It's not gonna let me highlight it, but yeah, it is. That line right there, if you all can see where I highlighted that, if they rank advanced to consultant, someone you enrolled, guess what? You get 2 points for helping them get to consultant. If you help them get to manager, you get 6 more points. Okay. If you help them get to director, that's 8 points. And then executive you see is 10. So let's go back up here. A lot of you being new, or maybe you were paid as manager, you're trying to get back to that. So you may be helping a lot of people get to consultant. And that's our goal with this, is help all of you develop at least 2 consultants. So right here, oh, I can actually put points in that. I did not know that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to go back to that. So 1 PET, let's say I get 2 customers this week. 2 PET, I don't have any of my people that enroll in one. So I'm going to put a 0 there. And then I'm going to put a 0 there. And right now, when you are active as manager or above, you get points for maintaining that rank every single week. So let's say that you're an existing manager already, and you always have 2 consultants in there. You're active for the week, you get a point. Okay. Now I'm going to go down here, and let's say this week, let's say this is the week of the 10% off. And just like Gina said, if you work this right and you reach out to those customers who maybe have been on the fence, but oh wow, right now I've got a really good deal for you. I know you really wanted this. I know you're super interested. Well, guess what? One of the best specials I've ever seen. You know, you're going to save this much money if you order right now. Okay. So let's say that you have 4 new customers this week. Let's say that, a couple of them say, oh my gosh, my mom's going to want to do this. You know, she's going to want to hear about this. So you have, let's say you have 2 people that enroll 2 people because it's a special and they're excited to try it. And you tell them at the front end, guess what, girl, who do you know that would want to try this with you? It's the best deal, you know, one of the best deals you can get right now. And it's so much more fun when we do it with our friends or our family. And so you have 2 people that share with their mom and their sister. So that's 4 people that total that have been enrolled by someone under you. That gives you 8 points. Okay. And guess what? When you have 2 people that get 2 customers, they become a what? A consultant, right? So 2 people at 2 points for each rank advancement to consultant gives you 4 more points that week. Are you guys with me? Put a question mark in the chat if I'm confusing anybody. If I can see the chat, I don't think I can. All right. And you're maintaining, so you get another point for being an active manager that week. Okay. So this is how we add up our points. If we were to stop there, down here at the bottom, we have 6 there, we have 8 there, 4 there, and 2 there. So what is that? That's 20 points. So let's say that you end that commission calendar with 20 points total. Do you all know that? I'm not sure what the manager, I think it was 20. Does anybody know what it was last month? Gina, Samantha, 25 maybe?
What was the question?
How much money each share was in the manager
Oh
pool.
my God, I don't know, but the manager pool is the place to be.
It is so good. Yes.
It's a lot of money.
It
For
was
those of you who hit it already, though, this doesn't apply.
Yeah. It's 25 or maybe 20, usually around 25 or 30. So let's say that it's let's say 25, and you see there, I'm just stopping there. You worked hard, you got 20 points, this commission calendar. What that means is out of that $75,000 in the money pool, you earned 20 shares. That's what your amount is from that. And so if each share at the end of it is worth 25, you guys, you know what your bonus is for that month? 20 times 25, what's that? $500. Put a 1 in the chat if you get excited about that monthly bonus being $500. If you could use an extra $500, what if it's $30 for each share? You know, what's that? $600. So this is a great way to get that added bonus. Now, some of you've been manager. I think Samantha just kind of touched on that. Some of you have been manager before. And so you can get manager pool money 3 months in a row. Okay. If you've already passed your 3 months, guess what? You're moving to director now, girls. Okay. And guys, we got guys on here too. So you're moving to director now. And if you have 2 new consultants by the end of this 30 days, you're a heck of a lot closer to director, right? So, and here's what I saw yesterday when I saw how much the director shares were. You guys, are you ready for this? $82 for the month of May. What if you could have $82 per share? So it is a sweet little pot. And if you can be a part of it, which all of you are here because you're ready to be, I want you to take advantage of it. So that's how you calculate your points. For every personally enrolled customer, you get a point. Every time your person that you've enrolled brings in a customer, you get 2 points. If you help someone advance, you get 2 points for each new consultant you create. And if you're active at your rank level for a full week, Monday through Sunday, you get more points based on your level. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Just nod, because I can't see a 1, or I can't see the chats or anything. Okay. So now on the back, there are 2 sheets that please do track it. Keep this with you. I love when I have a way to track, and the company's made this so easy. So you can really keep up with who you're sharing with, who your people are, because I promise you after a while, when you share with a lot of people, you start to forget those things. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what my husband and I did last September when we decided, because really neither one of us were doing much of anything other than the fact that I would share college with people, but not because I was setting a goal for anything. We were executives, but we weren't like working to earn points or anything. We were just kind of going with the flow because he was working another business that he had opened, and I was still working my Mary Kay. But we flew out to Arizona, to Phoenix, to go to the mastermind event in September, and we got the big picture. We saw everything. And we got excited, which our hope is that all of you on here participating get excited and you see the big picture. When we saw that, we knew we needed to tweak. We needed to make some changes, and we needed to set goals. And one thing I've learned from 20 years in this kind of business is that when you set a goal, it's one thing, but when you put it on paper or you put it in front of you, it takes it to another level. When you have a list or a goal in your head, a lot of times your paycheck will stay there. Do you want your paycheck in your head or in your hand? Okay. So if you're willing to put it down, put it in ink, put it in front of you, you can't miss it. You can't deny. Every morning it's speaking to you. When you walk out, for us, we walk out, it's on our refrigerator. So when we walk out and we walk into the kitchen, it's right there. Are we filling in the circles? That is like huge to me. So what I want to do was share that with you guys. And that's why you have poster boards. And I don't want to take a whole lot longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through pretty much what I do. And then this will be your homework. And then if you're committed to doing it, then you're going to let us know, make sure you're tracking your points. But this will be your activity for me this week, that you will create a poster board. And it's not going to be a poster board that you write down your goals and then slide it under your bed. It's going to be out there in the open. If you have people and you're thinking, oh, I don't know, just like Gina said earlier, one thing that holds people back is worrying about what people think. If you're worried that your husband or, your mom or somebody's going to come in and go, oh, what are you doing now? And doubt you, then you are allowing someone else to dictate your future. Okay. And so you got to decide that it is worth it to go for it. And we don't care what anybody thinks, because at the end of the day, you're doing this for you, but your family will be blessed and benefit from it. So what we've done is we've created posters.
Hey, Darcy,
Yes.
take your screen off so we can see you bigger.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Thank
idea. Yes. Thank you. Oh, and really quickly to go back to that, if you guys need more help on that, make sure you download the worksheets and you can look at the commission payout dates and the commission calendar. So I meant to touch on that. So let me stop sharing. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Gina. Okay, so this right here is what goes on our refrigerator every single month. We decide how many points we want, and then we break it down from there. So I showed you all the different categories you can get points. So that's what ours is always based on. Our personal customers, we know we get 1 point for each personal one. This was the January. We have one of these for every single month. They came out with a trip to Cancun last September, October, whenever that was. And that's when we first started tracking and putting the posters up. And so that's that visual that we see every day. If you have kids in your house, you guys, it's even better. The more colorful and fun it is. And then when they see the empty circles, they're like, what's that? Why aren't you doing anything? It's something when your kids call you out on it, and they're like, why is that still empty, Mom? And so we knew that rank advancing was going to be huge for helping us get points. And so every month we make this, and the way we do it is we commit to how many new customers we want. If we want 75 points, then we know how we break it down into how many rank advancements is that, how many 2 PET, which we usually max out the 20. You max the 2 PET out at 20. So as long as we have 10 of our people that enroll somebody, we know we'll max that out. And then control over the customers that you enroll. That's where you have the biggest control, really. And maintaining your position. So here we are this month, and we set our goal big for this month because there's 5 weeks. So we decided we wanted 80 points, you guys. And so here's the customer part. Here's our rank advancements. New consultants, we know, gets us 2 points. Managers gets us 6 points. So we broke it down into how many managers we'd need, how many customers, directors, and then, consultants, customers, and, each of those to get us to the 80 points. So for that, this is completely going to be up to you. And some of you are brand new with this. And so what I did was do just kind of like a couple of generic things that I used to do when I was really building with Mary Kay. And so one thing that Gina put together, a fabulous little tracker to track your participation points this week, because like y'all said, like she said, we have cash giveaways. So we have, how many of y'all like cash? Like, who likes cash? So I'm like, when we were talking about, that's why I suggested, let's do cash, because I always get excited about a cash giveaway. Like, I'll work for cash. So here, let's say that you're brand new. You're not going to have probably as many creating managers and all that. Right now, you're just building, and you're new and you want to develop 2 new consultants. Okay. So how could you make a poster? You all can do it however you want, but here's a couple of ideas. Reach out are so important. These are your contact intents. This is reaching out to your friend and saying, oh my gosh, Susan, I'm so excited. Have you seen the collagen that our company came out with? And you guys, all this is in the PVC 123. Okay. But you send the pictures, the before and after pictures, and you send her the video. And then you let her know right now, this week it's 10% off. This is one of the best specials we have because you'll get free shipping too. It's going to save you like $40 if you do the 60-day collagen. Okay. And so when you're reaching out, what I would do if I were in your situation, if I were brand new, I would tell myself I'm committed to this many reach outs. I've got 40 on here. Okay. So if I do, and I know one thing that Gina had was, I think 10 a week, 10 reach outs a week. Is that what you said, Gina? So
Minimum. Yeah, minimum.
okay. Okay. So what I would do is I kind of had this, each circle in my mind was 2. So that would be 100. That sounds like a lot, but you get to decide how many you want to do. But if you break it down, 100 over 30 days is 3 people a day, right? So it sounds really scary and it's big and it's 100 people. Are you kidding me? And then you're like, oh, it's 3 a day. Okay. So break it down. Anytime something's really big or hard, how can you break it down so you can see it and break it down into bite-sized pieces? 3 a day. Okay. So if you were to say each one of these is 3 and you just cross it off, or maybe you write a name in each one. I like seeing names because I like seeing who I reached out to. A sheet I used to track would be, okay, I reached out to Susan. I would put her name there. I reached out to Tabitha. I reached out to Jennifer. And then if they don't respond, I don't do anything. Okay. I know that I haven't heard back from them. Guess what? I follow up. Okay. Do you all know where the fortune is? In the follow up. How many of y'all have learned that before in this business? Fortune is always in follow up. So I'm going to leave those 3 names there. And then I'm going to come over here and the next day I'll do 3 more. Okay. And I write the names in. Oh, she got back to me and she wants to order. So I'm going to use a highlighter. I'm going to color in her name because I just got an order. Okay. This is so fun to see once you have filled it all in, because what you're going to have is, and then if somebody says, no, thanks, I can't do it right now. I'm, whatever, I'm not, you put an X and that's a no. You guys, no's get you closer to your yeses. So don't ever think a no is anything personal. Okay. They're just not doing that right now. And so what you do is you just keep tracking. But if you tell yourself how many reach outs you're willing to do during this period, that might be something you have on your poster to track. Because your poster, as an executive, like Gina and I are, like, you're not going to have the exact same thing on your poster that we are. So I thought, why not do how many reach outs you're willing to do and then color it in. But a visual like that makes it fun to fill in, but it also gives you something that you see every day that you're working towards. Okay. New customers. Okay. So let's say there's, I think 50. No, there's let's say you get 6 new customers and 3 of them become consultants. That's kind of just a generic little quick thing I threw together. Okay. So, but that's just a way that you, if you're brand new, might want to track it. If you're willing to reach out to 40 people, you'll probably get a minimum of 6 new customers. And with each new customer, you're going to share with them, now listen, who do you know that would love to try this collagen? Who do you know that is looking to shed some of that COVID weight? Or who do you know that's going on vacation soon and would love to do this 10-day shred with us? The 10-day reset. If you've got a couple people, I'm going to show you how you can get your money back, or you can get pretty much get your stuff for free. Okay. So you need to have something that you can track. That's what that poster is for. Also, really quickly, maybe you want to track, we're doing 2 different pots, 2 different giveaways. Maybe you want to track your points on participation. So, if you're reaching out, like she said, 10 a week. So each of these boxes represents 2 in a 4-week period. Then you should have been able to reach out to 40 people. Okay. Every time you reach out to 2, you can put an X through it. That after 5 of those boxes is filled in, you get your point for the week. Okay. The next week, or the LIA points is another thing that's standard with this. So you can track that you turned in your LIA points. Okay. Check that off. These are ways you're getting participation points. Monday Zooms, we have 4 of them. Fill in the thing every time that you show up for your Zoom. We don't go a month without filling those out, you guys. It helps us to stay on track. It keeps that visual up. We can keep each other accountable with that. My husband and I do this business together. So whatever you need, and we're working towards earning the big trip to Fiji next year. So, you know, I've got like a little Fiji thing above it. So I know what I'm working for. It gets me excited. It motivates me. Okay. So I want to encourage you, make it fun, make it personal, whatever you need to do, but create your poster that you can track yourself, have your sheet printed, and be tracking your points. Put a 1 in the chat if that made sense, if you get it, how you're going to how to track the LIA points. Does everybody understand it? Okay, good. Okay, good. So then track it. You guys, you've got the know-how, you've got the sheet, and you've got your leaders here willing to work with you side by side, arm in arm, to walk you into the next rank. So we're here for you, whatever we can do. And Gina, I will turn it back over to you now because I
Awesome.
know it's already
Thank
almost
you.
10.
I love seeing visuals. It's so helpful. Something I did too early on was I got this, I think I got it on Amazon, and it was to $1 million. And every slot was basically, I think, 10,000. So I measured every $10,000 I earned with this company. And, 9 years I had that. So it just keeps you really focused on the big picture. So when you're having that bad day, you just look up at the big picture. You had somebody return it, you had somebody ghost you, had someone, oh, I heard they talked about me behind my back. You don't care, because you're at the end of the day, you can laugh yourself to the bank, guys. I'm telling you. So whatever we need to build, that's what we're going to focus on, whether it's belief in yourself, in this industry, in the compensation plan. You're going to focus on, what you need. So just to recap, because we're definitely out of time, but one, you guys are going to look in the Facebook group. I'm going to post the graphic I made with some of those activities, those participation activities. Okay. So you guys can print that or just save it in your phone. And again, you are going to be responsible for tracking your points and letting your leader know, okay, booked this, did this, but be specific. Don't just say, hey, I earned 10 points, because we want to know what you're doing so we can encourage you. And then tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, whenever she has time, Samantha's going to be live. And each leader every day is going to be taking a different day of the week and sharing with you something on their heart or their mind to give you a tip, to give you some direction, give you verbiage, a social media tip. So every morning or afternoon, whenever you have free time, just check the group. Okay. I think that you guys should feel so fortunate and excited right now. Gratitude is everything. You guys, we have merged together different teams that aren't financially linked to share our incredible energy. We're in a season right now of regrowth. Some of you are new, and we're going to take you to get to that platform of manager. A lot of us, we want some new blood. We want some new energy, right? Big energy. You know that song, Big Energy? Play that in the morning. We got to do what we can to stay pumped up. But this is going to be up to you. We're not going to drag you to be committed. You have to decide when you get off this call how pumped up you are. What is at the end of the 30 days going to look like for you? Who's the person you're going to be? What beliefs are going to be stronger? What progress are you going to make? How many people have you reached out to at the end of the 30 days? How many consultants did you create? How many customers did you introduce? You guys got to do that. That's going to be up to you. Okay. So get those posters ready, whether you're doing it tonight. I know the East Coast, it's getting late, so maybe tomorrow, but send that picture to your leader. We want to cheer you guys on. But again, we're not going to be reminding you, did you do this? Did you do that? We want you to take that responsibility. So thank you guys for joining. We're honored to serve you. And guys, come into this business with a heart of service, and you will erase all of those stories you're telling yourself that make this whole thing weird. I'm here to serve. Who can I bless today? Who can I bless? Okay. Love you guys. Have a great night. I will post the recording in our group. It will only be in the group. It's not going to be out there on YouTube or anything. This is for your eyes only. Thank you for committing. I hope you guys have a great night. We'll see you in the Facebook group. Thanks, Darcy. Bye, everyone.